man through the middle.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. I think it's high time we give Martinelli some respect. I understand he has been playing from the left. Martinelli, in my opinion, some of you might disagree. Leave in the comment section if you disagree. I rate Martinelli ahead of Saka. I'm sure some of you will be like, what? Yes, Saka has provided a lot of assists. Saka has impacted the game, but there is an X factor about Martinelli. Even though when the team is playing bad, let's say Martinelli is having a bad game, his work rate is infectious, whether you like it or not. When let's note it, when Martinelli is having an off day, his work rate is still infectious. Against Crystal Palace, where all the players. Welcome to Soccer Highway 304. I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to react to this clip I saw on AFTV Instagram handle. Very interesting. Guys, go to their Instagram and their YouTube channel, subscribe to their channel, and like their videos. Like I said, it's a clip from AFTV. I think the conversation was very interesting, and I wanted to add my 2 cents to it. And let us have a conversation about Arsenal, our aspirations, what's going on, Arteta in, Arteta out, Lacazette, Martinelli. I think it's time for us to have a conversation and look at what's going on in the club objectively. So let us watch the video while I leave my commentaries. Like I said, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Soccer 304. And like I said, I'm going to react to a clip from the Instagram handle of AFTV. Fair use, and fair use. Let's add it to the stream.
We're not going to talk about the A word. How do we get this team scoring again? Can he get this team scoring again?
Yes, but I think we're at the point now, because I'll just put it out there. I'm not convinced we beat Southampton.
Fair point. Judging by the lethargic performance we've had against Crystal Palace, and we continue in that vein against Brighton. It's a fair point to have the optimism about winning the next game at St. Mary's against Southampton, knowing that they were battered and bruised 6-0 at the weekend by Chelsea. But guess what? We can still win the game if we go there and get our ass together. Is that guaranteed? Based on the last two performances? Absolutely no. But is it doable? Yes. I think this is time for Arteta to readjust his tactics. Like I said, I'm not going to continue to bash him for what happened on the weekend. I'm not jumping on the Arteta out a bandwagon for now. I have to wait till the end of the season to make a logical and objective decision, even though I'm not part of the hierarchy who's going to sack him or keep him. But as fans, we have our opinions. Even though our opinion should be guided in objectivity and sensibility, we don't have to be too. See, you can be disappointed, but getting over the ball with your anger, I think, is just not justified. Like I said, I'm ambitious. I want Arsenal to win the biggest trophies. I want Arsenal to compete with the likes of Liverpool and Man City. But we have to remember, for the last few years, the team has not been up to scratch. The playing squad and playing style has been poor. We had the likes of Kolasinac, Mustafi, Socrates, Bellerin, even Torreira, that is doing well for Florentina, was not cutting it at Arsenal. Was not doing well in English Premiership. Even what's his name, Guendouzi, it might be doing well at Marseille, but when it comes to Premiership standard, it's not up to it. I don't care what some of you think about Arteta. Let's just be objective. Let's remove your animosity. Let's remove your prejudice against Arteta. Look at it objectively. I understand some of you do not like him because of lack of experience. We can have the conversations later. But right now, based on objective facts, we know the playing quality was poor. And Arteta and Edu have done a decent job, regardless of what you feel about them. They've done a decent job changing the playing quality. We could not get substantial amount for these players. Kolasinac, you have to force out and pay. Ozil, Mustafi, Socrates, compare it to the backline we have right now. Tomiyasu, asset. Gabriel, linked with Barcelona, linked with bigger club, asset. Ben White, whether some of you like him or not, is an asset. What's his name? Ramsdale, Karen Tierney. So we cannot tell, we cannot demean, disrespect and throw away the decent job Edu and Ateta and the Kroenkes have done trying to rebuild. I'm not saying it's enough. We can do more, right? I understand. For the past few years, the team was neglected. But guess what? We're trying to get back to that level. And we need to be a bit patient. Let's continue to react to this video while I present my commentaries on the video.
Well, we'll
Well,
save that
it's
for
going to
a-
be tough, isn't it?
We'll
They're
save
gonna-
that for a
yeah,
bit,
save
but
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
save
get to
that.
that.
I think I'm at the point now where he may as well gamble on something different.
Yeah.
He may as well now. I don't think he's got much to lose. And
What about Martinelli up front?
yeah, I mean, my issue with Martinelli up front would only be that I'm not sure he's quite mastered the craftsmanship of being the main man through the middle.
Yeah.
I disagree. I disagree with that. I think it's high time we give Martinelli some respect. I understand he has been playing from the left. Martinelli, in my opinion, some of you might disagree. Leave in the comment section if you disagree. I rate Martinelli ahead of Saka. I'm sure some of you will be like, what? Yes, Saka has provided a lot of assists. Saka has impacted the game, but there is an X factor about Martinelli. Even though when the team is playing bad, let's say Martinelli is having a bad game, his work rate is infectious, whether you like it or not. Let's note it, when Martinelli is having an off day, his work rate is still infectious. Against Crystal Palace, where all the players, I repeat, all the players had a terrible game. All of them. When Martinelli came on, there was a lift in quality, even though we're chasing the game. Against Brighton, Martinelli was the only bright spot. His goal was ruled off for offside. He was the only bright player in that team. I think we know defenders are relishing and licking their lips when they see Lacazette on the team sheet, because Lacazette, in my opinion, cannot continue to lead the line. I respect the experience. I understand the conversation about having a bit of experience in the team. For me, experience with no ability is liability. You cannot tell me you have experience and you're not producing. This is asinine. This is insane. I like Arteta. I respect the club's choice. Even though it was not my first choice, I'm going to support whatever the club is trying to do. I'm an Arsenal fan first, regardless of the politics. Then I might have my preferences among the coaching and the playing staff. But guess what? I'm an Arsenal fan first. Based on that, right, I have to respect what the club is doing. I might not necessarily agree with everything, but we can always debate that, right? But at the same time, Arteta would be, I can't choose my word carefully. I think he will be extremely disrespectful and silly to continue to stick with Lacazette. For the past 4 games or 4 months, he has not produced. Even the link-up play that was the only glimmer of hope has not worked for the past 3 games. Aston Villa, he was poor. Crystal Palace, he was worse. Against Brighton, he was non-existent. Lacazette plays like a 50-year-old man. He's leggy. He has no pace. He's 5 seconds slower. Lacazette seems slower than Xhaka. Even though we like to play and get under the skin of Xhaka, even though we like to, what's the right for here? We sometimes we get too disrespectful about Xhaka, but when we take Xhaka out of the midfield, we miss him. Like I said, Xhaka is not elite. Look at my past video. Xhaka is not the most elite midfielder we can have. But guess what? When you're taken out of the midfield, the physicality is gone. The presence is gone. We missed him against Brighton when we chalked him on the left as the left back. We missed him. Going back to striker conversation, I think I need to remind AFTV guests and some of you the abilities of Martinelli. Let's take a watch of this. Let's watch this.
Chambers first time. Good.
Let's watch it. Take away the audio. Do you see that? How can you tell me he doesn't have the presence of a center half? He's quicker, he's younger, he's full of life, he's adventurous, he's brave, he's scoring headers. Look at that. How can you tell me he cannot lead because he's young? Look at that. Look at the control. Look at the presence of mind. Look at the maturity he's displaying. Look at the quickness and swiftness of his feet. That's what Lacazette cannot do. Lacazette can't do that. We know that, right? Lacazette is so slow right now that center halves are like smiling when they say him. Center halves are having a laugh when they say him. We cannot continue to persist with what's not working. Let's look at some of the stats, even though I don't subscribe to stats only because stats can be misleading. If we go by stats, Kolasinac is a super player, Elneny is a super player, Holding is a super player. So you have to have a congruency with stats and eye test. Eye test meaning you watch a lot of football, you understand the technicalities, you understand the patterns of football. So a good marriage of stats and eye test can give you a good result. But going by just stats, no. I've given you my eye test. I'm going to read some stats that shows that Lacazette cannot continue to lead the line. I understand some of you go like, oh, why didn't we get a striker in January? I support the club. We cannot continue to buy players that we regret buying. I understand you can say, oh, what do you mean we couldn't find players in January? I understand sometimes you cannot get the kind of quality. I'd rather not just spend the money buying a dud, someone that will not use or will try to sell immediately, than wait for the right time. Let's not forget, I think some of us fans are getting overly excited. Let's not forget, beginning of the season, most of you fans, leave in the comment section if I'm lying. Most of you fans did not believe we could actually qualify for the Champions League spot. Most of you are like, okay, a good season will be if we can nick 5th or 6th. Most of you, see, I'm realistic with my expectations. Yes, opportunity came for us to move into 4th. Unfortunately, player-wise, we do not have the numbers. Not because, in my opinion, it is my personal opinion, the club are tired of having signings like Kim Canstrom, the guy we bought from Barcelona a few years ago that didn't work. We cannot continue to waste money and resources on players that will not produce. A lot of you refer to wanted to buy Otto in the January window. Yeah, wanted to get Otto for Elneny and Partey were at the Nations Cup. We need just a body to cover for them. But they are back. So I understand why the club did not add an extra midfielder. I understand a lot of you are angry, which is fair, but let's just be reasonable. Let's just be reasonable. So let's go back to the Lacazette stats I need to recite. Now, this is from Sky Sport. From December 6 to March 13, 12 games, 3 goals, 7 assists, 35.2 touches per 90, 21.3 passes per 90, 2.8 shots per 90, 1.7 chances created per 90, and 6.3 touches in the opposition box per 90. Now, moving to March 14 to April 9. 4 games, 0 goals, 0 assists, 24.8 touches per 90, a sharp decline, 14.1 passes per 90, another sharp decline, 1.6 shots, another terrible decline, chances created per 90, 0.8, touches in the opposition box, 3.5. This is absolutely a sharp decline. And we cannot continue to persist with that. We need to use Martinelli and bring in Pepe. Put Pepe on the left, Saka on the right, Martinelli up front. Smith Rowe can come in from the bench. We need to switch it up. The top 4 aspirations are not totally out of touch. We can still redeem it, but we need to change things. And we need to play Tavares as a left back. We cannot, we should not, and we should not. Arteta has to be smart. You cannot afford to take Xhaka out of midfield and chuck him in the left back. That will be a disaster, and we will lose to Southampton. We cannot repeat the same mistake. Get off your high horse, chuck out your arrogance, Arteta, and do the right thing before the whole fans turn on you. Like I said, I'm going to support you to the end of the season. Then we can hopefully decide what to do. I'm not going to totally demean and not give Arteta some kudos and add some kudos. The club was in a terrible place. They've done decently. They could still do more, but they've done decently. So, like I said, we need to try Martinelli as a striker. He has the pace, he has the gout, he has the maturity compared to a few seasons ago. He has the maturity right to lead the line. He has the pace. So we need to try him and stop sticking with Lacazette. Lacazette is on a sharp decline and he cannot do it. Lacazette is more of like Lazarus. He needs resurrection. Maybe after 3 games, he will have gathered some energy. But right now, he plays like he's wearing leather boots. He can barely run. Some of you watch the Champions League and saw Benzema is 34. Lacazette is 30. Who looks 34 and who looks 30? Compare Lacazette to Benzema. Even though I understand that Benzema is a world-class player, but he's 34. Look at the pace he still has, the movement. Lacazette has no movement apparently right now, no pace, he's not shooting. He's on a sharp decline. We cannot continue to persist with that, or else we will implode. We will bottle all the chances of actually finishing top 4. Even we might not even getting top 6. We have to stop the rot and stop the bleeding. We cannot afford to lose to Southampton. So we need to be sensible right now. Let me play the ending part of this video and I'll lay in my commentary.
I think it's very strong coming from wide, and he knows that role really well. When you're the main focal point for the middle, that's a different skill set that I'm
I understand
not quite sure he's mastered yet.
I want to hit that. So,
it's not about mastering it yet, right? It's not about that.
How do we get?
It's not about mastering it yet. I think Martinelli cannot do as bad as what Lacazette is doing apparently. If you disagree, leave in the comment section. Leave it respectful. Do you think Martinelli can do worse than what Lacazette is doing? I'd rather take my chances with Martinelli and continue to persist with Lacazette. Like I said, guys, leave in the comment section. Do you think we should persist with Lacazette and try to play him out of form, or we need to switch up things and try Martinelli up front? Leave it in the comment section. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe to the channel Soccer Highway 304, and turn on notification bell so when I drop these videos, you are alerted. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe to the channels. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Good night. Let's be real. Bye from the players from